Have you ever experienced looking for a medicine, whether prescribed or over the counter, in a restricted time or maybe in a remote area? It is indeed a problem, especially if you or your loved ones need it badly, yet you can't do anything but wait for tomorrow. Therefore, we aim to solve the lack of available and accessible medical stores anytime, especially during urgent times. As a solution, we are proposing our IoT device, the Smart InstaMed Vending Machine. This will provide easy access to vital healthcare items and services in several places, improving accessibility for users. It will also eliminate the need to find for clinics or pharmacies during limited hours, making it essentially useful during emergency situations. In addition, here's the table showing a comparison between our IoT device and other existing products today. Overall, what makes Smart InstaMed Vending Machine unique is its ability to provide prescription medication, flexible payment option, and a touchscreen display which shows relevant information about the medicines.
The Smart InstaMed vending machine uses several sensors and actuators. The screen display uses two types of sensors, which are the touch screen and the optical sensor, responsible for detecting the customer's touch and monitoring their hand or finger movement during selection. The actuator uses a touchscreen monitor, which displays the visual information on screen. The prescription scanner uses an optical scanning sensor responsible for turning prescription papers into 2D digital images. The actuator uses a camera module to quickly move the lens within the camera to ensure focus and stabilize photos. The coin and bill acceptor uses an optical scanner to detect the presence of the bill and coins. The actuator uses a vibrating motor to initiate acceptance mechanism and a stepper motor to guide the bill to the appropriate compartment. The debit, credit card, and cashless payment method uses two types of sensors, which are the contact and 2D image sensor. These sensors are responsible for detecting the physical insertion of a card and capturing QR codes. It uses a solenoid actuator to trigger a locking mechanism and a stepper motor to adjust the sensor's position to ensure optimal capture of the code. The cash recycling or change dispenser uses an optical sensor which is responsible for determining the exact amount of change to be dispensed. The actuator uses a stepper motor that will uncoil itself for it to dispense the change. Lastly, the product dispenser uses an infrared sensor to dispense the product when it receives signals from the screen display. It uses a DC motor actuator to uncoil the spring strap around the product. The Smart InstaMed vending machine uses four intermediate devices: the router, switch, internet cloud, and modem. The router is responsible for providing the same internet connection between multiple devices within the machine. The switch serves as an interface between various parts of the vending machine system, facilitating coordination and communication. Internet cloud serves as the data center capable of storing, managing, and sharing data among devices or within the machine's components. Lastly, the modem is designed to be the source of the router's internet connection. For the Smart InstaMed vending machine IoT protocol consideration, the device utilizes the Ethernet for the communication, offering a reliable and high-speed connection to the network.
Now, let us talk about the operating system, programming language, and later on, the input process output. So, we've opted for the latest version of Windows 10 in selecting software for our proposed vending machine due to its array of benefits. Its extensive compatibility with software and hardware allows for customizable vending experiences tailored to specific needs. Security features like Windows Defender antivirus bolsters protection against cyber threats, ensuring a safe vending environment. With remote management capabilities, operators can monitor and address the issues from afar, enhancing efficiency. Windows 10 seamlessly integrates with other vending systems, facilitating smooth operations and data collection. Its scalability accommodates vending setups of various sizes and complexities. In conclusion, with alternative options exists, Windows 10 strikes a balance between familiarity, capability, and security, and functionality for both operators and customers. Moving on to programming language, Python programming stands as the backbone of our vending machine project for several compelling reasons. Python's versatility lends itself perfectly to crafting a user-friendly interface. With Python, we can create an intuitive display of available options, seamlessly accept user input, and provide real-time feedback, enhancing customer satisfaction. Moreover, Python enables intelligent selection logic within the vending machine, validating user choices, verifying item availability, and maximizing operational accuracy. And now, let us tackle about its input, process, output. The first one here is the power system. Here, the data collected would be unstructured. Then, in the monitor selection, this would also be under unstructured data, wherein touching the screen would be detected by the resistive touch sensor, sending the information to the vending machine, which will collect and display the selection and confirmation of the product. For hand or finger motion, data collected would also be unstructured. The optical sensor will attract and relay information to the IoT system to display the option, also providing a button for confirmation. And lastly, under the product selection, which would also fall under the unstructured data. Using a prescription, the optical scanner sensor will verify the authenticity of the prescription paper, then send output whether it is verified or not. Under the payment process, we have three options. The first one would be through a physical bill where its data are semi-structured. The optical sensor will recognize presence and authenticity of inserted money, thus allowing the acceptance mechanism directing money to a proper compartment and have the customer confirm the payment button. The second way for payment can be through card, which is also under semi-structured data, where contact sensor will read and activate the solenoid, which secures the card during transaction, then releases it after confirmation. Through QR code, which will save data in structured way, where a two-dimensional image sensor will scan the QR code, then will display a successful payment in the screen. Moving on to the dispensing process, money in a semi-structured data will be sensed by the optical sensor and will determine the exact quantity of change required, and in the product, structured data will be the way of storing it. The optical sensor will dispense the product that is displayed on the screen. Lastly, in the refilling process of the vending machine, this will be structured data where the optical sensor will utilize infrared light to identify presence of the product and push products that are needed to be moved forward to refill the space.
The Smart InstaMed vending machine flowchart outlines the sequential steps involved in its operation, from user interaction to product delivery. Customers make selections via touchscreen interface, followed by payment methods like coins, bills, or even cashless transactions. After payment verification, the machine dispenses the chosen product for enhanced user experience. On the other hand, the vending machine interface encompasses several key components designed to facilitate user interaction and transaction. At its core is the display screen, which represents or presents a visual menu of available products and their corresponding prices. Users navigate this menu using selection buttons, pressing or tapping the option they desire. For more complex machines or for other complex machines, they usually use a numeric keypad that allows input of specific codes or quantities of the products they desire. Payment is typically made through a coin slot for coins or bill acceptor for paper currency, while in electronic transactions are facilitated by a card reader. After payment, any change due is dispensed through a designated slot. Once the transaction is complete, the purchased item is delivered to the user via a product delivery area. Together, these components create an intuitive and efficient interface for vending machine users, especially on our consumers.
Now that we're near the end, another one of our priorities circles around the idea of security. Why is that? First, we want to minimize the chances of our product being targeted by theft or corrupted agendas since we're involved with health products. Second, we want to gain the trust of our consumers by providing them the benefit of secure transactions in the payment process. And of course, how can we do all of that? This is by adding the three security system: anti-tampering system, biometrics, and cashless method authentication. With the anti-tampering system, anti-tampering attempts such as vandalism and banging can trigger the alarm. This trigger is the alert that will notify the machine's operator immediately. Moving on with the biometrics, if the anti-tampering is meant to secure the machine with its external aspect, then biometrics is meant to secure the machine's internal aspects, protecting what is inside it. Only authorized personnel are allowed to open the machine in order to access the products and change them accordingly via fingerprint. Lastly, as we told earlier, we care about the consumers, so we would worry about the security of payment transactions during cashless methods. The machine will require a PIN or one-time password just to ensure that the consumer is the legitimate account holder. Now, after all of that, it would be a waste not to think of the potential of our product. Therefore, we provided some ideas about how we can turn this proposal into reality. First, an ideal business would not be a business without investors, who are deemed to be our believers. Partnership and collaboration is the first key to success if we want our product to be introduced in specific places. Aside from that, of course, a confirmation with the pharmaceutical company, which would provide us the products, will help us more since they are the chief when it comes to this. We are in need of secure access when it comes to healthcare products, so it would be best to be partnered with a pharmaceutical agency. However, of course, if we want to thrive in the market, the funding and resource access wouldn't be enough. This is when our second idea comes in: networking doors. These doors are the opportunities we can't take for granted, such as seminars as well as meeting people that we can hire for the maintenance of our machine, which include important companies, magazine writers, as well as the use of social media to promote our idea. It would be a requirement to present a proposal that would make them interested in our product, and being honest with the amount of investments that will be needed to make it into reality. It is especially important to take their feedbacks and criticism regarding the proposal in order to improve and venture the business with gaining confidence for our proposed device. Now that we're in the 20th century, more smarter IoT devices would continue to dominate the industry. That's why even here, we hope that you got the idea of how we dare to make it along with this healthcare venture. Smart InstaMed Vending Machine.